So I'm here with Charlie Birtles, who's our 5th artist in residence as part of Hatch. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
So my name's Charlie. I am an artist that's based in the northwest of England, kind of close to Manchester, but I do a lot of work within the Midlands area. I graduated 4 years ago after studying at Manchester School of Art, so I suppose I've been a professional artist since then. I tend to make a lot of different pieces of work, so I make site-specific work that's either installations and sculptures, and so by that I work with lots of different materials. I try to work with whichever material I think best tells the story of the place, so hence why this piece is something that I've never worked with before, the materials.
Okay.
That's...
So what have you been doing this week in your week in residence here?
I'll give a little hint on it. So I decided that during my time in Hatch I'd make a new piece of work. So I've never worked with straw before. I'm using this process that's a bit like thatching. Wouldn't want to call myself a master thatcher, but it's learning how they've used that process in the past to make something. So I wanted it to be something that was quite tactile, because that's something that I tend to in a lot of my work, but I wanted it to tell the story a little bit of the area that we're in. So the landscape that's around us is very rural and farming, and NCCD itself used to be a seed warehouse many years ago. So it was making those connections, and it was an opportunity for me to make something new and specific to here.
Okay. And so you say you've never done thatching before.
No.
Are you self-taught?
Yes, I'm self-taught. As I say, I'm not going to do someone's roof for them.
No. And how did you sort of pick up the technique? Is it just
mainly through videos and looking at kind of written historical ways of how they used to do it? So there's lots of different. I think modern days they'll kind of use steel bars and hammer it into a wooden frame, whereas I think in the past they used to stitch it through with a needle. There used to be an apprentice underneath the roof. They used to catch the needle on the other side, which I'm sure must have been quite scary.
Yeah. Okay, and how have visitors responded to your work this week?
Really positive. I've been quite surprised at how young people have been really interested in it, and actually really wanting to have a go, which surprised me. I think at first they were, I don't think I can do it, but they really grew in confidence, through them quicker than me by the end of it for doing it. So that was nice to share that with them. And I've really enjoyed just being in the space itself. It's I think it's a very rare opportunity to have so many different activities that young people to get involved with. And that's been nice for me to observe as I've been in the space. A lot of laughter and people have been really enjoying it.
Cool. And is this your first residency, or have you done residencies before?
Yeah, it's my first residency in this setting, so yeah.
Cool. So do you think it's helped your practice or?
Definitely. I've always thought that my work's quite socially engaging, that it's not just about the work that I make, it's how that can either engage people or generate a conversation. And that's kind of affirmed that for me being here. It's just really affirmed that for me.
Perfect. And so what have you got coming up for the rest of the year?
So I'm actually working on a proposal to expand this work somewhat. So I'm in at a second stage of creating like a large outdoor installation. So I'm working on that proposal at the moment. So we'll see what happens with that. But that'd be interesting to explore it even further. And we're talking a lot larger scale. So that would be another kettle of fish.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you for coming and talking to us.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Hope you enjoy the rest of your residency here as well.
Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, Charlie.